So after a short flight, we arrived at nighttime into the main square, and it was bursting with life. It was already so late, and there were so many people out, singers, everything. We arrived at this hostel with a weird stain on the bed. So don't know what that was. But anyway, it had a really cool view, so that kind of made up for it. You had the neon views on one side and then the Acropolis on another. So really excited to see the view in the morning. The next day, up early and went to go check out the street art scene. Athens is known for its art and its bustling street art scene. So yeah, it was really cool going and finding all the big murals and yeah, just checking it all out. Previously, I would have thought that Athens, especially right in the city centre, that there wouldn't be much street art because of, how historical it is. But I was very pleasantly surprised. There was every corner you took, there would be a giant mural. So we then went to the Archaeological Museum and had spent the day walking around looking at all the sculptures. It was so amazing to go through and look at everything and see how detailed and incredible all of the sculptures were. Like, even the veins were painted. Here is Trident without his trident, and yeah, it's crazy how buildings don't have beautiful sculptures like this anymore. Then, after looking at all of the skeletons and pottery, we went downstairs to the cafe where you can sit outside, and we had a non-alcoholic beer. I like how all the trains here are really graffitied. It's really cool. We then continued walking around and exploring the city. It's pretty hilly, so definitely bring some good walking shoes, and all the food there is incredible. It's all slathered in olive oil, but it's so good. There's lots of cats about as well. This one was playing with a moth. It's very cute. There are so many amazing markets here. This is one of the flea markets where you walk down a tight street filled with all of these shops. The evil eye is pretty much everywhere here. On cutlery, just absolutely anything you name it, the evil eye is there. So it's now the next day and we decided to climb up to the Acropolis. It wasn't too hard of a climb, to be fair. If you go really early in the morning, then it's not too bad. You want to avoid the crowds and avoid the midday heat, so yeah, definitely get up early. This little machine here was moving big pieces of marble and stone around, and they are basically rebuilding a lot of it using 3D printers and mapping and loads of things. So all the white bits there are all rebuilt areas, and the back of it looks like that. Yeah, we walked back, and this is a neon place that lights up, but we can see from the hostel. So pretty cool. It's all Disney themed. There's like people who dress up as well there, who work there. And then we went to the fish market. This absolutely stank. It really, really, seriously. Wow. It was very extensive. There were all sorts of fish there. And then we went to the butcher's market, which were sheep heads here, a giant fat cat, oysters, everything. There's even a chef here who would cook in front of you. That's pretty cool. Pretty clever idea. And of course, all the olives. So many olives. This shop just drew me straight in. I had to go have a look. They were fake. There's also a lot of abandoned buildings here. I then walked into this, which is a street art museum. And it's basically a huge abandoned building, and each room is decorated by a mural artist. So I spoke with the owners, and they said it's going to be a street art museum for a year, and then they're going to turn it into a hotel or a hostel. This is one of my favourite rooms. I mean, just look at the curtains. It's absolutely insane. How cool would it be to sleep in this room? Even the floors painted, like absolutely everything. So the artists live there, and then they'll paint something. And this room, also really cool. I was so inspired by seeing all of this work that I actually had to talk with the owners and ask them if I could create something on the outside. Because every place I go to, I like to create one piece of street art. And obviously, in my last trip in Venice, it's super illegal there, I couldn't do it. So, they said yes. I wanted to paint a goddess smoking a cigarette. And yeah, I already had some paints and just cracked on outside. This room was pretty scary. Very scary looking. I don't think I'd want to sleep in this one. Definitely not me. There's like blades of mirror everywhere. So yeah, this is the outside. I walked straight past it and then I realised. So then that's a before and after, and there is my beautiful piece of artwork. And I actually think this is really good. It's a really nice piece. So if you want to see any of my murals that I paint, you can head over to Instagram at Nikita Spires Art. So yeah. They said they'll be open for hopefully another year, so try and get down there if you can. And then at the top of the hostel, this is a view. And I saw it at sunset, it was so beautiful. Oh, the Acropolis. And then these murals, wow. Quite similar to the mural I've just did, actually. And that little cafe. This is what it looks like at night time. It's called The Cook. I really found a really grumpy cat. It's like me in the mornings. Then headed out for some dinner. And I had this African dish. Oh my goodness, so good. It reminds me I need to get some big couscous. Saw another mural. And then the next day we decided to go to a spa because all of that walking meant very, very sore feet. And then we moved on closer to the beach. So we were staying in Aussie, the city centre. Then we took a train and went to the beach. And this is the apartment we got. There was a massive balcony. And it was only a couple minutes from the beach. I didn't get any beach footage because I didn't want to take my phone to the beach, but this apartment was amazing. It was exactly what we needed to recharge. So, nice big TV, 2 bedrooms, just absolutely everything you could possibly think of. Did some laundry. There's the other room and the bathroom. And again, still lots of cats everywhere, which is nice. I felt super exhausted from all of the workaways and the very, very busy non-stop travel month, so having this right at the end was super relaxing. Just watched some TV and really relaxed. Now the airport lounge and heading over back to the UK for something super exciting. So I've been called back to the UK and returning home, even though I've had leaving parties, to go and complete 3 brand new murals. So I'm super excited. It's one of the best feelings, coming home after a busy trip and being greeted by your pets and family and seeing friends, and yeah. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.